Hey everybody, welcome back to Daily Glass of Lemonade. I am grateful to say that we're back and hopefully more regularly. Thank you so much for the beautiful responses to the last video. It's good to know that hugs help. Here's another one for you, a big one. Now, I get to do something today which is a bit fun and a bit different, a Q&A moment. So I'm really grateful that one of my friends / people that watch my videos had a particular question that he'd asked, and with his permission I'm going to share it with you because I think it's something really important for all of us. So I've changed his name. We're going to call him Perry. Perry wrote to me that he's been feeling unmotivated and depressed since COVID. Although I was actually struggling with depression a lot before March, when the whole COVID business started, it only amplified it. And then the protests and riots began to happen, which only accelerated my depression. I'd love to hear your advice on how to stay positive with the current state that America is in. COVID, racial injustice, what can I do to make the world a better place while also keeping myself in a good, healthy mental state? Well, Perry, first of all, you are not alone. It is so important for you to know, and for everybody watching this to hear, you are not alone. All of us, pretty much, that I know of, are feeling a depression, a sadness, a unrest in themselves because of what's going on. My brother, who works in a similar field of wellness as I do, said so rightly, I think if you weren't feeling mental instability and mental ill health right now, there's actually more concern to your mental wellness than if you are, because this is not a usual. There is something very bad happening, and there's something very hopeful happening as we go through the darkness to get to the light. So you're not alone. It's okay to feel these things. But I also don't want to minimize that you have depression, you have that label on what you're feeling, and that's important. If that is what you have, there are some things that can be done, and it is not a fun experience, and I'm so sorry that you're going through that, but there are solutions. And what is so beautiful about your question is you are asking, how can I make a difference? What can I do to help others? And you've actually answered the question for me, but there's steps you need to take to get there. Obviously, if you're going through depression, which you are, it's not like you can just wake up tomorrow and be like, I'm gonna head on out and help the world. I came up with the 3 C's that will help you get there. So the final one is contribute. That's the goal for you, is to contribute to this moment, to life, to feel valued and valuable, because that is something that all humans need. But there's 2 steps before that. Don't try and take it all on. I think that's something we all try and do, is to take everything on to fix something immediately. Baby steps. So the first thing is to collect. The first C is to collect. Collect data. Collect Perry data. Collect data on yourself. Things that you can do for yourself are a gratitude journal. So you could write 3 things that went well for you every day, if that helps. That's one way to collect information, and it will rewire your neural pathways over about 21 days to feel at a baseline happier. Another thing you could collect is maybe every day, if this works for you, you could write a journal of something that shocked you in a good way, something that moved you in a good way, or something that inspires you. Something that shocks you, something that moves you, and something that inspires you, if that feels better to you. Or you could collect information on your best self. Something you could do is write, when I'm at my best when, and you could give an example. Maybe for you it's playing a certain video game, or because I know a bit about you, or maybe it's being with certain friends or family. And when you've written that, just write, I'm at my best when, and then underneath, explain what you are like. Imagine you're someone else. Like, imagine you're a friend watching you. What are the great things about you? What are your strengths? This is called a core strength exercise, but It is really about describing your best self and looking at that. So I encourage you to start simply with collecting information. Collect things you're grateful for. Collect things that you're noticed in your day that was a bit of a pattern interrupt for you, or notice things that are special about you and write them down. And if you're having a really bad day, then you've got these things written down to go to. So I would say for 21 days, don't try and take on the world just yet. Take care of yourself first and just live with the sort of awkwardy, uncomfortable feeling to start of collecting data on you. 21 days. And then we'll move on to the second C, which is connect. So once you've collected, you can connect with others. Reach out to others, ask how they're doing, share your challenges, have moments of connection. And when you've done that for a while, then we'll start thinking about contributing. So the 3 C's: collect, connect, contribute. But I challenge you, and I'll do it too, we should all do this. Just start by collecting things about you, for you, to lift up that happiness set point to get us to the second C. Perry, I really hope this helped. I am so grateful that over the years you've watched my videos and you've asked questions and always been so honest with me. That's such a special trait in a person, so definitely write that down under best self. To be so honest and vulnerable, we could all learn from you. Thank you guys all for watching. I hope this helped you in some way too. I think we're all feeling a little bit down in the dumps compared to our usual selves, so maybe you should collect some data too. I'm gonna go collect mine because I know it's good for me too. Thank you guys so much. I will see you next time in Daily Glass of Lemonade. And I'm grateful for you. That's my number 1 for today. Bye everyone.